YouTube, what's good? Alex Moore back with another video. Appreciate y'all as always for tuning into the channel. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe on today's video. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at @realalexmoore_. I have a very special video for y'all because this is something that I've dealt with for a long time myself, and I'm pretty sure you guys struggle with the same things. I'm not gonna waste no time. We're gonna get straight into it. Today we are going to discuss how to stay consistent. Y'all know my handwriting is trash. How to stay consistent when you don't see results. This can be with anything. This could be with you starting your YouTube channel. This could be with you going to the gym for the first time. This can be with you trying to approach girls and you keep getting rejected. Whatever the case may be, how are you supposed to keep moving forward if every time you try to do something, you fail? And it makes perfect sense. Why would I be confident in something, or why would I want to keep pursuing something knowing I'm not good at it? Getting through that part where you suck is the barrier that's going to separate you from most people, first of all, because most people can't withstand that rejection. They can't withstand that video getting 5 views. They can't withstand going to the gym for a few weeks and not seeing any results. But here's the difference between them and us. We can do that. We can withstand that pain. We can go through the trials and tribulations of nothing going our way. That's what separates us from everybody else. This is gonna be the foundation for us to start heading in the right direction. And that's gonna be fitness. For one person, maybe they're strength training, maybe they're trying to bulk, go from 140, 150 pounds to 175 pounds. It's gonna take a while. You're gonna need to stay consistent with that. That's not something that's gonna happen overnight. Or maybe you weigh 225 pounds and you wanna drop down to 160 pounds. Something that's not gonna happen overnight. What fitness and nutrition is gonna teach us in this process is, if I can stay the course, if I can show up and do this one thing every single day over X amount of months or even years possibly, I'm already separating myself from everybody else and I'm showing that I'm disciplined. What I learned through being disciplined is if I can apply showing up every single day, lifting weights even if I don't see progress. If I can apply getting my 10,000 steps in, knowing I'm still overweight, but I'm showing up every single day. If I can continue to progressively overload and lift a little bit more week by week, even if the results aren't there, I know in the long run, eventually I'm gonna hit my destination. So we're gonna have to take that same mindset that we have with the gym and apply that to everything else. What I want you guys to do, and what I'm working to do myself, because I'm not perfect when it comes to this either, is we're gonna apply that same progressively overload mindset that we have in the gym with walking, with eating healthy, whatever the case may be. We're gonna apply that same logic to all the other areas of our life that we're lacking in. Let's say, for example, we have a money problem. I'll use myself for example. I make about twice as less money now as I made about a year and a half ago when I first moved into my home. How can I progressively overload to build my money up? Well, for one, we know the obvious, apply for more jobs. I think everybody kind of knows that part, but what else can you do besides that? To bring in some extra income, I could progressively overload by, besides working my 40 hours at my job. What if I do an extra 2 to 3 hours of DoorDash every single day? Let's just say you do that 5 days a week, that's 10 to 15 hours right there. Next thing you know, you've progressively overloaded and went from only working 40 hours a week to working 55 hours a week if you add in the DoorDash. Or what else can you do? Is there an extra skill that you can learn that's gonna be able to provide you extra income? Can you progressively overload by spending an extra hour per day searching up on YouTube a product that you wanna learn about? Maybe you learn about a new skill set that you wanna acquire. Maybe you wanna be a realtor on the side now, or a mortgage broker like I do in my case on the side, or maybe you wanna do exactly what I'm doing right now. You wanna be able to make YouTube videos, you wanna be able to spread a message, but you wanna be able to get paid for it as well. All of those things come with progressively overloading and showing up every single day. These things don't happen overnight. You're not gonna see your income increase from $50,000 to $200,000 over a month's time span, even if you do everything that I just said. Even if you work your 9 to 5, you do DoorDash, you learn a new skill. The likelihood of your life changing like that in 30 days is pretty rare. I guess maybe it could happen if you already have a certain skill set that's in high demand and you just need to be around the right people to bring that out of you. But we're gonna say for the most part, we're at rock bottom, we're just starting out. So how are we gonna continue to move forward? Knowing we just published that first YouTube video. Dang, this video only got 3 views and one of them was from my mom. Okay, let me go ahead and post this video again tomorrow. Let me go ahead and shout it out on Instagram, on Facebook, tell everybody, okay, well, it still only got 3 views. And we do that for a week and still nothing's changed. How are we gonna continue to move forward in spite of feeling down because nothing's changed? We're still in the same position. How can I look at a Mr. Beast or a Chris Smoove or Alex Hormozi? Like, how can I get to that level if I can't even get 5 subs to save my life? I don't know why my voice cracked just now. We all got to start somewhere at the end of the day, but the only way for us to build up the right habits to stay consistent is we have to practice with something that's on a small scale. Maybe fitness might be a little bit too much for you, but maybe you could read. Maybe you could read 5 to 10 pages per day, but not only are you reading those 5 to 10 pages, you're taking notes and you're studying them. That way you can work to apply everything that you're learning in those books to real life. I'm going to talk more about books a little bit later, but there's always a foundation. There's always something that you could start with that can help jumpstart that progress to get you where you want to be. How to stay consistent? Number one, I say start with your fitness, start with your nutrition. If you've already seen results with that in the past, that's a great starting point. And you know, if you use that same mindset that you had with showing up to the gym, with your content, with pursuing a new job, with trying to get that new girl, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you're going after, you have proof that if you could just progressively overload and withstand that amount of time before you see results, eventually it will pay off in the long run. The second thing I want to talk about today, this actually goes exactly with reading that I'm talking about. I am rereading Think and Grow Rich. Well, I'm listening to the audiobook. I kind of have a bad habit of reading books, but then going to the next book so fast that I fail to actually apply everything in real time to what's going on in the book or what the book is telling me to do. Think and Grow Rich talks a lot about you can go from being broke or being out of shape or struggling with confidence in general, whatever the case may be. But if you can have that burning desire, if you can have something that's going to push you to move forward every single day, whether that's because you want to just change your situation, maybe you grew up poor and you want to be rich one day, that's your burning desire. Or maybe you got teased for being small as a kid. Your burning desire is now you want to be buff, you want to be big, you want to be strong because you want to be able to prove everybody wrong that you grew up with. Or maybe you have a burning desire for YouTube. Maybe you want to be a YouTuber and you want to prove everybody wrong in your neighborhood, all your friends and family who told you you can't be a YouTuber. Why do you think you're good enough to be this person? You can write down what it is that you want and look at it 1 to 2 times per day, but also put in there what you're willing to exchange to get that result, no matter how long it's going to take. Let me go ahead and just try to break it down like this. Let's say you want to make $10,000 per month. You're going to write, I make $10,000 a month on a piece of paper. But what you're also going to do is you're going to put in there, what are you willing to do to get that $10,000? What is the service you're going to provide? Because obviously we can't just receive $10,000 without putting anything out there. We're going to have that same mindset when it comes to whatever it is that we're trying to accomplish in life. Let's say we have the burning desire to get 100,000 subscribers, but we're at 0 subscribers right now. In order to get these 100,000 subscribers, I'm willing to post YouTube videos every single day, post shorts every single day, study the top YouTubers every single day. I'm willing to talk about my experiences that I went through as an individual and share them with the world, share my ups and downs. Whatever it is, whatever value you're going to be able to add in some type of way needs to be wrote down. And after you write it down, you need to formulate a plan. How are you going to do that? We're going to use our pain points in this category because we've probably tried in the past. We've probably tried to work on our fitness but failed. Maybe we tried to go on semen retention in the past or NoFap in the past and failed. Or we did try the YouTube and it didn't work before. The good news is that's actually going to be a part of our pain points because we're going to remember how we felt in those moments. I don't know anybody who's felt good after not accomplishing something that they set out to do. I can think back to myself. There's plenty of times that I've been extremely disappointed in myself or felt extremely unaligned with myself and my purpose because I didn't post a YouTube video like I said I was going to do, or maybe I didn't read my 10 pages the way I was supposed to, or maybe I didn't DoorDash knowing I need to bring in the extra bread, but I said, you know what, I'm a finesse. I'm not going to do DoorDash. I'm going to apply for jobs instead, or I'm going to do XYZ. You said you were going to DoorDash for an hour or 2 hours today, or you said you were going to post that YouTube video today. Obviously, if you don't stick to your word, if you don't stay true to yourself, you're not going to stay consistent. You're not going to have confidence. You're not going to feel good in yourself that you can actually achieve whatever it is that you want. But after writing down what your burning desire is, what you're willing to do to get that result, why this time around it's gonna be different, your mind is gonna subconsciously start to shift. If you can just start writing down what it is that you want every single day. I wanna make 100K. I wanna be a top YouTuber. I wanna have the best body in the gym. I wanna be a confident man. And then write down, what are you willing to do to become that person? How do you build confidence? Okay, I build confidence by staying true to my word. Okay, I built out my calendar. I know I'm supposed to go to work. I know I'm supposed to read. I know I'm supposed to record. I know I'm supposed to study. And I do that every single day. My confidence is gonna go up. Okay, I have this burning desire to stop watching porn. Why do I have a burning desire to stop watching porn? I feel like I have low energy afterwards. I feel like less of a man. I feel like it's frying my dopamine receptors. And I feel like it's making me not want to approach women in real life because I know that I can just go ahead and watch a video online and get fulfillment that way. Well, that's your pain point, is you're tired of feeling that way. You don't want to feel low anymore. You don't want to feel like you're drained of energy. You do want to finally approach a girl and be able to get a girl in public. So you're going to write down every single day, I can get any girl I want. I don't succumb to my urges. I don't let lust control me. In return for all those things, what are you willing to do? I'm going to go ahead and talk to girls in public. I'm going to work on my public speaking. I'm going to shift my mindset to where every time I have an urge to go online and watch something, I'll read a book. Maybe I pray, whatever the case may be. But your burning desire is so strong because you're tired of folding, you're tired of going through those L's in the first place, and you really want to change and be that man or woman that you know you're supposed to be, that you're going to actually stay consistent and stay true to yourself this time around. All of this is easier said than done, but this is what's going to separate us from everybody else. Everybody else is going to fold at the first sign of having adversity. We know majority of the world is not in shape. People know that they're supposed to go to the gym. People know that they're supposed to eat healthy, but what do most people do, especially on the weekends? The weekends is drifting season for most people. Most people, especially on the weekends, let's say they did good during the week, they're going out to the clubs, they're going out to the bars, they're eating fast food, but it comes a point where you're going to be tired of not sticking to what you said you're going to do. You're tired of not being consistent in any avenue of life. You're tired of just living that same point. You don't want to be that person who isn't even mentally strong enough to go to the gym on a consistent basis, or isn't mentally strong enough to lock in for 6 months or a year or 2 years on a task because they keep folding at the first sign of something not going their way. You don't want that to be you. You want to be strong-minded, and that's going to start with fitness. You want to have that burning desire. You want to be able to use those pain points of you failing in your past. You're going to use that to fuel you to go harder, and why this time around is going to be different. You're going to write down every single day the man or woman that you want to be. You're going to write down every single day the task that you need to accomplish that's going to get you to be that person that you want to be. As you start to do that over time, you're going to feel more aligned. Mentally, you're going to feel way more stronger than you were before. And ultimately, you're not even going to recognize the person that you were in the past, and you're going to separate yourself from so many people. It's going to be crazy, bro. The last thing I have, this is pretty self-explanatory, but I think we get caught up in thinking these things aren't possible, but they really are. And that is, the proof already exists. We have so many examples of people already online that have done everything that we are trying to do. That's the great part about this internet stuff. There's somebody who's literally gone through the same thing that we're going through, and they've made a way to overcome it. Let's say you're trying to get into e-commerce. You have no idea where to start. Well, there's somebody who was in the same position as you, starting out their e-commerce journey, and documented the whole thing on YouTube. All you gotta do is follow it. Or let's say you're a beginner in the gym. You have no idea what you're supposed to do in the gym. You don't even know what a bench press is. The cool thing is we have somebody who can teach you step by step on what you need to do. This is how you're supposed to do bench press. This is how you're supposed to do squats. Whatever the case may be, you can have someone show you how to go from weighing 135 to weighing 200 and being jacked. We can have someone online who can show you where you need to start with your online business when you're at zero versus how to scale that up to $500,000 or $1 million, whatever the case may be. The proof exists in anything that we want, you guys. It's on us to stop thinking that these people are better than us and just start applying what it is that they say. A lot of us get so caught up in overthinking everything and going back to our old losses that we've taken in the past that we think, man, we can't do this. This isn't meant for me. Whole time, a whole new reality exists of the person that you want to be. But you have to let go of those old limiting beliefs that you have. You have to stop thinking of all the times you failed. Use that as fuel to push you to go harder and understand that you can be the man that you want to be in all areas of life. There's no reason why they can do it, but you can't do it. And it's okay to study these people. I think a lot of times we get caught up when we see someone with a six-pack or we see someone driving this car and we let it discourage us. We start to think that they're better than us, and maybe they do have more skill than us, I'm not gonna lie, in this moment, but we can learn from them. We don't have to get so down, but we can learn from them and say, okay, this guy got a six-pack. What did he do to get that six-pack? Okay, he ate healthy. Okay, he made sure he pushed himself in the gym. Okay, he gave himself patience. He didn't just get this physique overnight. This physique took 4 or 5 years for him to get. Or this person driving this car, this multimillionaire, okay, he started his business when he was 20. He didn't see results until he was 26, 27. What if I actually study his content and start applying what it is that he's talking about now? Instead of it taking me 6, 7 years just like it took him, what if I can do it in 2? What if I can do it in 3 because I have all of this information around me? But now I'm a totally different person than I was before because I've worked on my mental strength. I have the mindset now that I can apply delayed gratification. I can show up every single day even when the results aren't there just yet. I have the burning desire from all the times that I failed in the past. I'm gonna use that to push me forward. I'm gonna use the people who made fun of me as fuel to go even harder than I ever did before. And I have the proof that somebody else has already done this in life. How can I fail, bro? How can I fail? How can you fail? I don't think any of us can fail because everything that we want already exists and it's been laid out on what we need to do to get there. I hope that helps y'all with staying consistent. We got less than 100 days left and we have to build up the habits right now to go into 2026 to continue to become the man that we want to be. Whatever you need to lock in on, whatever is the main objective that you are looking to accomplish heading into 2026, just know that it is possible. A lot of times it just starts with reshifting your mind, reshifting how you think, and saying that this time is going to be different, but actually truly believing it and actually just showing up every single day. Stop worrying about the results factor, but just show up, bro. Just focus on the input, dog. So that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's Alex Moore. I'll see you on the next vid. I'm out. Peace.